welcome to Wait, for Real?
A true crime and paranormal podcast. I'm Grace.
And I'm Katie.
And we're back for our second episode that is going to be televised.
I was about to say televised on YouTube.
Is televised the right word?
No,
Recorded?
it's just on
that
has video, because it's not television. But
it could be. That's how good it is.
I want to figure out, yes, it's top-notch quality.
What were you going to say you wanted to figure out?
I want to put it on Spotify because, so you can, upload the video to Spotify, too.
Oh, that's on you, girl. I don't know how to do that.
I think we can do it straight from the software, but I don't know if that would mess things up because we have the hosting site, but I don't know. I'll figure it out. But it's so funny because I actually hate when podcasts have video on Spotify. It just annoys me. I'm not
and why are we doing that?
Because it's for people that want to see us. Some people are, video format people. I was not a YouTube person. You were growing up.
I'm a YouTube person.
I was not. I'm a audio person. I want to hear it. I don't want to see it.
I told myself that I was going to fix my background and put a ring light up so my eyes didn't look so sunken because of the glare. And now I'm or the shadow. And I'm like, fuck it.
The shadow is hitting perfectly, but your eyes don't look sunken to me. They just look like a shadow.
Where are her eyes? We'll never know.
Does she have eyes? Who knows?
Who knows? I love that your mop is main character in the background today.
And you don't see all the cat bowls behind me. Now I'm showing you. But the people that... only one person subscribed. But you know what? Shout out to that one subscriber on YouTube.
Fuck yeah. We need somebody. So, okay, cool. Yeah. So before we start, Katie said she had something she had to read.
Yes, I have 2 emails, and this person would rather remain anonymous.
Ooh.
So they sent over an article for a warrant for a man arrested for the murder that resulted in a torso being found in the suitcases outside of the cemetery. So
that was so much to unpack right there.
It has to do with the serial killer thing that's going around in New England.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So let's see. It says Groton man dies weeks after being charged with murder. Wow, that escalated real quick. In case that sparked serial killer rumors. So Groton, Connecticut. A Groton man accused of murdering and dismembering a woman has died, state officials confirmed. Donald Koffel, 68, died at the Corrigan Correctional Center. State police were notified. The circumstances of the death were under the review of the Correction Department's Security Division. Koffel was sick with cancer and received treatment at L&M Hospital. He was charged with murdering 58-year-old Suzanne Wormser. Police said Koffel confessed during a third interview. He told investigators that he killed Suzanne inside their shared apartment and left her body at Colonel Ledyard Cemetery, where it was discovered 6 weeks ago. According to Koffel's arrest warrant, a passerby noticed a travel luggage bag next to 2 trash cans, and the bag had been there for several weeks. Police investigated and found that it contained a human torso, which is insane. Police found blood-like residue around the apartment, including on a baseball bat, that's horrific, that was tucked behind a dresser. The reason appeared to be crack cocaine the victim allegedly took that was worth $200.
All for $200. Got it.
Yeah. A witness told state police as much and said Koffel told the witness that at the end of December 2024. According to the arrest warrant, Koffel told police, "All right, man, I did it. I hit her in the head with a fucking baseball bat and it cracked her fucking head open." Nicholas, if you hear that, that's my cat in the background now. It's my cat that's the problem.
He just walked right by, too. He was ready to hang out.
He's like, I want to be no buttholes for free. He wants to be part of the show. Okay, Nicholas Zeman would give Koffel rides. Zeman would pick Koffel up and drop him off at the apartment on Allen Street that belonged to Wormser, so that must be the witness. He had a rough odor to him. It smelled sweet at first, but then it got worse and worse, Zeman said. He said, "I don't know if I told you this. We got in a really big argument. She's been accusing me of theft, but I think she's been stealing from me, and she's gone from the apartment now. She won't come back. And I just wanted him to get out of my car," is what the guy said.
The fuck?
Yeah, so really just a horrible...
Jeez, I wish we could edit that into, the episode, but, We
I
don't do
don't
some
know that
we
we
don't
can
do
do.
that post-production shit.
I'm like, at this point, it's a week later.
Yeah.
Um,
That's crazy. I'm glad that they sent it to us.
yes, and then I have another email. Also, now my cat is eating. I don't know if you can hear this. I'm like, last time
Nah.
he hid the entire time.
Mine's screaming right now, so
Yeah, like, and no rubber duckies will be thrown this week.
I
Maybe.
already
Who
threw
knows?
some.
Some pre-show rubber ducky throwing. Okay, so this is more about the bodies showing up. It says the media has been reporting that human remains have been found in these different sites. The one in Groton, for example, was a torso, and one of the discoveries was a human skull. I think most people don't actually think it's a serial killer. I think it's a combination of things. 11 bodies since March. A serial killer kills, then has a cooling off period. That's true. Like, that's really quick. It would be like a spree kill. Um, Kills again, so 11 bodies in 3 months seems unlikely. Maybe there was a killer and they recently had an issue with storage. That would be crazy. They're like, you know what? Storage is full.
Tight spaces. We gotta move some
Yes.
out.
They say, I don't think the bodies were fresh and some had been missing for over a year, which is true.
Damn.
Um, but more so, I think it's like when you want to buy a white Jeep and then you start noticing Jeeps everywhere. Like that thing where it's just confirmation bias. Um, I think one of the stories I read was a man had been shot near a school, but that it was suspicious and being counted as the 12th dead body in New England. Probably human remains are discovered somewhat frequently, but with all the attention on New England serial killer, more attention is being paid. Now we have a story about a creep.
Ooh, okay.
Everything that they're telling in the email is secondhand. So
Okay.
he is a known associate of Bruce Bimmer, involved with a sex trafficking ring made of disabled young men.
What?
So crazy. He was
Okay.
he has a house, a driving camper, and a car. He has cameras everywhere, some visible outside and some hidden in bushes and hidden inside. There's a bus stop near his home, and kids have reported feeling scared and like they're being watched. Police were involved in a situation where he had been following and photographing a young woman who he believed to be younger than she was. Nothing came of this because the man reported he feared she was following him and meant him harm. So he was watching her to see what her next move was. Okay, yeah, right. He is generally considered unwell. There are reports of him poisoning neighborhood dogs and putting up celebratory balloons and signs after another neighbor suffered from a fatal accident he had witnessed.
What
No
the
one
fuck?
suspected he was involved, only a witness. This is crazy. Someone who used to know him well said that there were cameras everywhere inside of his house. According to them, there was an issue a couple of years ago when a renter discovered he would go into her side of the house when she wasn't home. Creepy. I believe it also came up that he knew of her comings and goings so well, um, which is because of the cameras that he had hidden inside of uh, her side of the apartment. Last I heard, he is renting half of his house to a family who has a teenage son with Down syndrome.
Oh no.
One more final snippet from this email, and it says, I will share with you something that I think of sometimes when someone says the woman was reported missing and the police didn't take the claim seriously. I'm
AKA
not,
every true crime thing.
yeah, every time this happens. I'm not defending the police, and I acknowledge that my extremely limited experience makes up for probably less than 1% of women who go missing, but sometimes someone goes missing on purpose. Sometimes an abuser will make a Facebook page for their missing spouse. People send in tips. Oh, this is horrible. Tips and recent sightings that lead the abuser to their quote missing wife. I had
Jesus.
to hide a woman in an employee only area once because she was terrified and became hysterical that her ex husband had found her.
What
She
the
begged,
fuck?
yeah, she begged me not to call the police because he had friends. I called a security guy that I knew well and he kept her safe, but it was quite an eye opening experience to see the good guys aren't always the good guys. There's too many more to share, but these were people who felt so threatened by another human being that they disappeared from everyone in their lives. They don't trust their mothers or sisters or friends, so they disappear praying to never be found.
That's
This is
so
all this
scary.
so scary. This is all to say that sometimes people who are reported missing are consenting adults who have willingly left the situation. A missing adult is not proof a crime has been committed. They are not all victims of foul play, and I don't imagine the police have the resources to investigate each one.
There's a cat.
Oh, I see a kitty cat tail. Is that Peach Weech?
Yeah, she's gonna eat shit though.
Did she?
No. Hey, get off of that, please. Don't bite me. She's pushing everything off the counter right now. Everything I own is off the counter.
The cats are just choosing chaos. I see a tail. Yep, I was like, there.
Pancake or Peaches, whoever you are, stop.
Kitty cat.
Give me this. This is not yours. Anyway, sorry. My cat is being a dickhead.
It is all good. I will say, that's crazy. I actually just saw an article, not just, but in the last week, where it was someone who had been missing for a very long time was found safe. And basically their husband was abusing them, and they had gone to the police and nothing was done. And so she disappeared from her entire life. And
it's like witness protection, but you did it yourself.
Yeah, and she started over later, and just a really sad, very sad. So that does happen. I do think I'm not on the side of the police. That's all I'll say.
I don't think most people are anymore, but
no.
That's besides the point. It's all about who you know, which I hate.
I will say also, if you're watching us on YouTube, I know, okay? I know that sometimes if we have to cut something out, that it looks weird when we come back. What I'm in a different position, who knows? Sometimes it's like seamless, and other times it's like there's no hiding that. I'm working on it. Every time we'll get better. That's all I'll say.
That's how it should be. Respect.
Yeah. Yes, thank you.
Ugh. All right, well, that was quite the doozy for a beginning of an episode. Damn.
I know.
I mean, it sort of works out, because like I said, this episode's not going to be that long, because I wanted to cover it, and then I saw the lack of information, and I was like, meh, I don't care. I'm still going to cover it.
So frustrating when that happens, especially when you're intent on covering it.
Yep. She's literally pushed everything off the counter. She's a dickhead. Anyways.
She's causing chaos.
So I do want to preface this saying a couple things. One, my pronunciations are going to be shit. So a lot of this all of it took. Here comes the cat. Just on everything I own.
I can hear the crunching.
Because it's a bag that has art in it that I wanted to hang up, but she's decided no.
Peach, please. Oh, she can't hear me. I'm talking like she can hear it, but
Peaches.
She can't hear me.
Peaches, I love you so much, but we can't be doing this right now. No, go be a cat somewhere else. Now she's chewing on my laptop. This is going really well.
Super.
All right. Anyways, guys. So moral of the story is most of this took place in Brazil, and my ability to correctly pronounce anything that's written in Portuguese and or Spanish is pretty much shit. So sorry in advance. I looked things up, but it's been an hour, so who knows?
Okay.
That's the preface, okay? And we're just gonna basically just jump right into this one. So this is a serial killer turned YouTuber turned murdered. My cat's now fighting the chair.
This is quite a turn of events.
Yeah. Okay. So this is about an individual named Pedro Rodrigues Filho. Filho is what we're going with.
Okay.
He was considered one of the most prolific serial killers of his time. And he was born in 1954 in Santa Rita do I just listed how to say this. Santa Rita do Supachi, Brazil.
Okay.
So when he was born, he didn't have the best, upbringing. Unfortunately, his father was very violent against his mom and also him as a child. But what he stems a lot of his fucked up brain and view of the world is because when his mom was pregnant with him, his father beat his mother, and as a result, he claims that his skull was bruised from his birth, which people say that could have contributed to his violent tendencies.
Mm-hmm.
So he said that he had the first urge to kill at the age of 13. He was in a fight with an older cousin, and he ended up pushing his younger cousin pushing the cousin into a sugarcane press, almost killing him, and had considered leaving him there to die before at the last second he elected to save him because he knew that his family would be upset with him. So yeah, 10 out of 10 type of child, right?
Yeah, not off to a great
So
start.
yeah, so his first murder, he was only 14 years old, and Rodriguez shot the deputy mayor of Santa Rita, oh gosh, I'm going to keep saying this wrong. Supakai? Santa Rita. We're going to go with that. In front of the city hall for having fired his father over accusations of stealing food from the school kitchen.
My God.
Yeah. And as a result of this, his dad really struggled to find work. So that was like what pissed him off. So that's why he went and shot him. But then also, they think the real thief was the school guard, like the security guard. So in an effort to like be, almost like a vigilante, he shot and killed the school security guard and also the mayor.
At the same time?
The
Like at
deputy
the
mayor.
same incident?
Yeah.
Okay, wow.
Yeah. He is just like, fuck this shit. So at the age of 14, he goes on the run and he took refuge in Mogi da Cruz, which is in the greater Sao Paulo area, where he began robbing, and he basically targeted like other shitty people.
Okay.
So he targeted drug dens and traffickers and sex traffickers, anybody who like essentially he believed was doing wrong in the eyes of the world. He was also now robbing them and then killing them. So he became quickly known in the news as like a celebrity, basically calling him like a vigilante.
Yeah.
And in English, it translates to Little Pedro the Killer. And essentially, that is like the whole premise of this episode, is that he considered himself a vigilante killer. And it's sort of interesting because before I move on with this, he is actually, so Pedro is the origin story for Dexter, the TV show.
Oh wow! Holy shit!
So Dexter, the TV show, which was was first a book, was written about Pedro essentially.
Well, I can't believe you knew that and I didn't.
I mean, I looked it up, so that's how I knew.
Yeah, but I've watched Dexter and I watched the season that came out after, or the series that came out after it. I haven't watched the newest series.
Yeah. Well, I was like interested because I keep trying to find like a different twist on how things go. And I was like, there's probably vigilante killers out there. And I've always said like Dexter is like the one I'm like, if I had to be a serial killer, should I be like Dexter? And that's why I found this guy. And I was like, I should probably read into this. So anyways, he was killing everybody. He was killing drug traffickers. He was killing other murderers. He was killing people that were abusing children. He was essentially going off and doing whatever he could to like rid the world of the bad people.
Okay.
And while he was there, he met Maria Olympia, nicknamed Botinha, and they began living together. So Rodriguez took the duties of Botinha's deceased husband, who was a local drug lord. So due to his new place in this like street gang, he was sort of like had to get initiated into it, sort of like what you think was a cult and like gangs and things like that. And then also he was forced to eliminate competition. So he ended up eliminating rivals, and he killed like 3 ex-cronies during that time. So Maria becomes pregnant with his child, and he's like, this is my chance to be a dad. Like, I'm going to get my shit together. But also, I mean, he didn't think he was doing anything wrong. So that's besides the point. But shortly after she announces her pregnancy, she is murdered.
Oh, God.
Yeah. And she was murdered by a rival gang leader.
Okay.
So again, remember, Rodriguez is still underage. Okay. And he fucking loses it. Okay. So he goes on a revenge killing spree, and he tracks down and kills every single member of that gang.
Damn.
Every single one. Like, he like cleaned house in one day.
Yeah.
And as a result of this, obviously he was very upset. He was very frustrated with the world, and just like had very dark thoughts. So he just continued to go on sprees. So again, He was killing gang members, rapists, drug dealers, and a lot of those it would be like slow plotting. So he would gain their trust. He would, learn about them as people. Then he would find out, he would want them to confess to their crimes to him, and then he would kill them.
Okay.
Um, yeah, and he kept changing his way of killing. So sometimes it would be stabbings, shootings, beatings, or chopping people up with machetes. But primarily, he focused on killing people the way that they killed and or hurt someone else.
Okay.
And he also, like, they have like a note. It's like he also did this one time. It was like he killed 3 men at a wedding because they had abused a pregnant woman
Wow.
prior to the wedding, and he had found out. Again, he was like very well known in Brazil as this infamous killer for his brutal methods, but also because he was vigilante. And he was quoted saying, I only killed those who deserved to die. So when he was 19, it was 1973. Math is hard. Regardless, on May 24th of 1973, Rodriguez was arrested for the first time, and he lived in prison for most of his adult years. So police records show that he once was transported in a vehicle with another prisoner, both handcuffed. During the transport, Rodriguez killed the other inmate without the police even noticing.
Holy shit.
When they opened the car door and saw the other prisoner was dead, Rodriguez said he did it because the man was a rapist. And although he was sentenced to 126 years of imprisonment, he was released in 2003. And that's because Brazilian law at the time prohibited anybody from spending more than 30 years in prison. It's since been revised in 2019, so now you can spend up to 40 years in prison.
Okay.
But, like, you get out.
That's
like,
nuts. No matter
right?
what you did.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
So he was in prison for 34 years, and then he was released on April 24th of 2007 because he was released for good behavior. Mind you, while he was in prison, he killed at least 47 inmates.
47?
47.
I was gonna say, like, that's gotta be like the environment he's looking for, like, to if he is a vigilante killer, but 47, and they're like, good behavior. He was good, he was nice to the guards.
Right? He's like, it's fine, not a big
47
deal.
47 is insane. That's
And
probably
mind
the
you,
most
like,
people he killed.
yeah, so remember how I said, like, he was convicted for 7 murders. That's where he got the original sentence of 126 years.
Yeah.
But yeah, while he was there, he killed 47 other inmates, 47 that he admits to. And I think he's the type of person that would admit to everything everyone he kills, because he's killing people that he's then telling everyone that person was a rapist, that person was a pedophile, that person was a murderer.
Yeah, he thinks he's justified.
Yeah. And his most infamous case, or murder, in prison, he killed his own father. So his dad was jailed for killing his mom. So Pedro ended up stabbing him 22 times, cut out his heart, chewed on part of his heart before throwing it into the entryway.
What the fuck? Are you sure this is real?
This is real. Oh no, it gets even crazier, dude. It gets crazy. So, like I said, he was released in 2007, and then he's rearrested in 2011 on new charges. So this was on September 15th of 2011. He was arrested at his rural home in an area that I'm not even going to try to pronounce, where he was working as a caretaker. He was sentenced to 8 years on the charges of riot and deprivation of liberty committed while he was detained the last time. And he was released for good behavior on December 10th of 2018 after 7 years.
Okay.
So after he is released, he has now claimed to be rehabilitated.
Mm-hmm.
So again, this is 2018, not that long ago.
Right.
He came out saying, I've been rehabilitated. I know I've found God. I know what I've done, etc. Again, he is still not apologizing for the murders he committed. Because, and there goes the cat, because he believes he's a vigilante.
Yeah.
So, after he gets out, he says, you know what? I'm going to start a YouTube channel.
As one does.
He started a YouTube channel. It was called, I'm going to butcher this, but basically it's called like Pedrino ex Matador, which is essentially saying that he was discussing his crimes and his faith in God. And during that time, he interviewed several people. He gave interviews. He showed remorse, but was also smiling while recounting his past killings.
Mm.
And the thing that was really interesting is that he knew everybody's name. He knew what they did and why they deserved to die. So his big shtick was that he was a self-declared vigilantist when he was a youth, but is officially committed to not committing any more crimes.
Okay.
And that he has this YouTube channel to essentially comment on modern crimes that are going on in the world, campaign against gang violence, and attempt to teach the public to not be proud of their criminal acts. Even though
This
that's
is
like what he does.
wild, right? Like that was his whole
Yeah.
thing.
And so I found his YouTube channel.
Okay.
It's still public.
Mhm.
He hasn't posted because he's dead, but
Right.
we'll get there.
Okay.
And I pulled up so I ended up actually like Google translating a lot of his titles to his things, his videos. So as of today, he has 28.3 thousand subscribers. He has 80 videos, and he had his WhatsApp on there. And if you wanted to contribute money, it gave like bank information.
Damn.
So 90% of the videos that I looked at are him talking about how God is good and that how he is a free man and that he is living a better life. He was interviewed several times by big news people throughout Brazil talking about his crimes. What happened?
Why don't you just jump on top of the cabinets and whatever. You better stay up there the rest of the time and not try to get down, or it's gonna be chaos.
It's gonna be chaos. We're almost done, I promise.
No,
So, moral of the story is he had this YouTube channel and he had subscribers. He was making money from it. He was vibing. He was like, you know what? It's mind blowing to me that he like lived such a horrifying life and he was such a horrible criminal, and now he's just like a YouTuber. But okay, that's besides the point.
Yeah, right.
And on March 5th of 2023, he was gunned down outside of his home by multiple masked attackers that were on motorcycles. And it was believed to be a revenge killing for somebody else he had killed in his past. And basically, the police never really investigated it. They were like, you know.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
What year was that? 2023? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That was
not that long ago.
Really close, yeah.
Yeah, and so essentially a lot of people have delved into, what was like the psychological distress that he was exhibiting, antisocial personality disorder, emotionless about his violence and his killings, and he had a twisted moral code, all these things, and that sort of led into why Dexter became what Dexter is today, which I think is the really cool part, because I didn't know this person existed, but I knew of Dexter, and now I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. Like, there had to be an origin story to how this started.
Yeah.
So, a lot of people in Brazil hail him as a hero still, because he only killed those who have wronged. But again, he's still a murderer, which then like begs the question of like, I don't know. I mean, I feel like this is a hot take.
If murder is ever acceptable.
Yeah. Like, is it okay because you're killing shitty people?
I think that
murder's not okay. We should start with that. Murder's not good. Bad.
Well, I also think if you have the stance, and I'm not saying I do or I don't, I'm just saying if you have the stance that all murder is bad, you cannot at the same time be pro death penalty, right? Because 100%. That is murder.
Yep.
I will say, I'm not going to give too much information because I don't want to out this person, but I knew someone who worked in like a criminal sector and was pro death penalty until they got into that sector, and then they were not because they just started to see that it was just so inhumane.
Yeah, I think no, go ahead.
Oh, I just think in general yeah, no, I think it's too hard. It's hard to take a 100% stance on it, because I do think that people obviously in self-defense, or people that like kill their own abusers and stuff like that.
I think if you're going to be a murderer, a vigilante one's not bad.
You're like, in terms
of the spectrum
of the murderers on the
so
spectrum,
say you
where do you
have to,
fall?
yeah, like you
Yeah,
have to be a murderer, okay?
yeah.
Like like, sorry babe, you gotta start killing people.
This is gonna,
Where on the spectrum are you going?
yeah, no, for sure.
Vigilante.
Yes,
And I'd
you
be
have to
playing
be.
Taylor Swift vigilante shit very loudly the whole time.
No, that's how you're known. Um, yes, I do think I feel comfortable saying murder is bad in general.
What?
Yeah, shocking. Uh, and I will stick with that.
I mean, yeah, murder's bad, 100%. But it's definitely one of those things where I was reading this and I'm like,
No, for sure, for sure. I mean, people love the idea of Dexter, and some people even like Joe from You, which is like bold. Okay, maybe like look inward if that's your situation. But
yeah, really, actually, that one, go to therapy.
yeah.
I mean, everyone should be going to therapy. That's our slogan, but you know what I mean.
Yes. Yeah.
So you've never heard of this guy?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, proud of myself.
That's Grace's. That's what
Goal
she
in
tries to do
life.
goal. Thank you. I couldn't think of the word.
It is my goal in life. I always want to try to stump Katie in some way.
Yes.
I mean, this one's like a very quick and to the point because I don't know any of the people that he murdered other than that they were bad people.
Yeah.
I mean, I could probably dive into it, but like I don't even know how. Like I everything's in a different language as well.
Right.
Let's just also put that out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is where Dexter got his start.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, isn't it? Now I can hear Pancake screaming. Love this for me.
I could hear that too. We do know that you, the people, cannot hear it because
thank God.
When we were editing, we discovered that was not the case.
Thank God. Sometimes you just don't want to hear them, you know?
Yep.
I just put the headphones back on. I'm like, actually, shh.
You just need like noise canceling headphones.
Literally, though. Literally. Okay. So, anyways, yeah, super morbid episode, but also like vigilante shit.
Yeah.
But if you did make it this far, wait, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say we could do like a whole segment on like vigilante.
I know. I went down a rabbit hole today looking at more of them after the fact, and I was like, oh shit. Then I was like, some of these are pretty fucked up, so we're not going to go there. But
because like there is this one case, and I won't give too much detail because I want to give it to justice, but where a mother killed her daughter's like abusers and murderers, like her daughter had been abused and murdered, and she hunted down everybody that was involved in it and killed them. And like, I'm like, hell yeah, you know what I mean? So that's why I wasn't gonna give an answer.
Isn't that also like promising young woman? Vigilante-ish?
Yes, yeah. It is vigilante. But yeah. So I don't know. It's a morally gray.
I think everyone knows where I stand, but we don't have to say that out loud.
Yeah.
How to get canceled 101. Anyways, okay, so if you made it this far, thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. Or thank you so much for watching and listening, if you're watching us right now. If you want to reach out to us or get in contact with us in any way, just like how we got that fan email earlier, you can do so by sending us email. Our email is waitforrealpod@gmail.com. We are on social media at waitforrealpod. We are also, you can try to find our personal accounts. Good luck. And if you want to share us with a friend, please do so and give us a review, because reviews really make a big difference for us on getting our name out there and making sure that people actually hear that we exist. And then they can know these stories and tell their friends. Right. Pretty fucked up stories to tell friends, but you know what? That's why we're here.
Yes.
So yeah, you can leave us a review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, or basically anywhere you listen to podcasts. But what else am I forgetting?
Go follow us on YouTube, subscribe, like, comment.
Yes. Only good comments.
Yeah, we don't take criticism well.
We do not.
Yes, that's the rise and fall of TikTok, basically.
It really was.
Our TikTok account. And also, if you want to support us, you can head up the link, buy us a coffee, or Lighthouse, which brings me to my second point. I sent Grace a picture of the most wonderful cardigan that just had Lighthouse pictures all over it. I'm sure it's
so beautiful. How much was it?
Like $20.
Oh, that's not bad. I thought you were going to say $200. I'm like, that sounds right for Canada.
No. It was at a thrift store.
Nice.
If you want to send us a text message, there's send us a text link in the
Show
show
notes.
notes if you're listening to a podcast. If it's on YouTube, it won't let me link things. It's weird. So, and if you send us a text, just know we see it, we love it, but we can't text you back. I don't know why. It comes to us as fan mail. So I don't know why the link is send us a text, but we love it. Thank you to everybody that sends me emails. You know that I love that too. If you guys want to hear any specific stories, you can hit us up and let us know, and we will take that into consideration.
Yeah. Like she said. All right, we'll leave it as always.
Go to therapy.
And don't forget to leave the lights on.